I thought I'd do a very quick video on how you can get better glycemic control with this quick tip. So one of the things that comes up quite frequently when I'm running education groups, either in my day-to-day job or in my private practice, is people that are carb counting or not, and whatever method they're using, they're applying a bit of guesswork to their carbs to insulin ratio. So they think they've got it nailed down and they've been doing it years, and rightly so. Who am I to tell you how to change your approach? You're the experts. And I don't say that sarcastically, I genuinely mean that. However, you do find that sometimes just going back and recalibrating your guesstimates can actually pay dividends in terms of regaining glycemic control. So maybe just going back and weighing out the food maybe once every couple of months, just to see if actually what you think you're having is actually what you are having. Of course, you can only assess whether or not your ratios for insulin to carbs is correct if you know the exact amount of carbohydrates that you're having. If you're using a tool like Carbs and Cows or an app like MyFitnessPal or whatever method it is that you use, if you're not weighing the food, it's always going to be some form of guesswork there. And sometimes that can actually translate into some varying glucose numbers that you can't quite figure out. Sometimes it's not such a problem. It can be the difference between, say, a 6 and an 8. No big deal. But sometimes it can genuinely be significant and be the difference between, say, a 7 and a 14. And if this is regularly happening, then it's something that could quite easily be addressed just by looking at those ratios. And actually that leads me on to another good point that you can do, is try and identify the patterns. If you're not one to write down your glucose levels and you go from glucose level to glucose level and don't really establish any patterns, then that's something that you can also do. Write it down for maybe a week or two and actually see what's happening with those glucose levels, because once you can see the trends, not only can you identify where areas for improvements can be made, but you can then also show that to your diabetes specialist carer, and they can also work with you to help you gain control. So in summary, readdress those carbohydrate estimates where you can then look at how your insulin to carbohydrate ratios are doing, and then also write down the figures and see if you can identify any trends. Two very simple things that you can do as of today, just to sort of recalibrate yourselves and just to make sure everything's above board in terms of your glucose management. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch directly. You can email me or get in touch via the blog. But for now, I'll say see you later.